Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Kevin Durant trade rumors that just came out about a week or so ago, talking about if the Chicago Bulls should and can trade for him, what a potential trade would look like, and much more news and rumors. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also leave a quick like below today's video and some comments and questions below today's video. If you guys first off just want the Bulls to trade for KD, and if you guys expect it and what a potential trade package would look like. Also, check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was talking about a bunch of Bulls news, talking about DeMar DeRozan's offseason workouts and his Drew League highlights, and how the Bulls are expected to move on from Tony Bradley, and how the Chicago Bulls are pretty much banking on Patrick Williams for the near future. But either way, let's just jump right into today's video, because right before NBA free agency did start, Kevin Durant did request a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. Let's just be straight up. The whole Brooklyn Nets situation is a complete mess. Obviously, Kyrie Irving, James Harden got traded. You know, that big three never really stayed healthy, and obviously it never worked out. So it really wasn't a shock to me that KD did ask out, and obviously the Bulls did call them. You know, Joe Cowley, a Chicago Sun-Times and Bulls insider, did report that a few days ago, how the Chicago Bulls pretty much just did their due diligence and gave the Brooklyn Nets a call. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the odds, a potential trade, and everything like that. And obviously this whole situation has been going on for about a week or so now, and let's just be honest, the Chicago Bulls, they probably don't have enough to offer, because the Brooklyn Nets are looking for a massive haul. I saw they're expecting like the biggest trade of all time, but according to Pat Hunt, the Chicago Bulls are now the third favorite NBA team to be Kevin Durant's next team. And obviously the Bulls did sign two of Kevin Durant's former teammates. He did say speak it into existence. Before I jump into this video and really break it down, because you know I am going to be out of town this weekend, hopefully this video does go live, hopefully KD doesn't get traded by then. Let me just first off say, if the Bulls have any chance at, I'd say, trading for Kevin Durant, I think they have to look into it and they have to blow up this team. It's going to be a haul. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, the Bulls are pretty much banking on health, obviously, and Patrick Williams to really take that next step. Don't get me wrong, I really like Patrick Williams. I talked about him and broke down his whole situation in my last video. I really like him. I believe he could be a really good NBA player one day. But I don't think he can be even close to as good as Kevin Durant. Let's just be real. Kevin Durant, he's a unique talent, generational talent, future Hall of Famer. He's only 33 years old, and on his career, this man has been a walking bucket wherever he's been, with OKC, Golden State, or even Brooklyn. I mean, he's played about 1,000 NBA games, and in those games, he has averaged about 37 minutes a night, averaging 27 points per game, shooting 50% from the field, 38% from three-point range, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block per game. No matter how high some Bulls fans are on Patrick Williams, you would have to give him up for Kevin Durant in a heartbeat. Obviously, I don't believe the Bulls have enough to acquire him, and I also can't believe Kevin Durant did list the two teams that he wants to get traded to, the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns. You know, it is kind of a coincidence that KD is asking to get traded to another 60-plus win team like the Suns, just like how he did a few years back with Golden State. And like I did say earlier in today's video, according to the Sun-Times Joe Cowley, the Bulls were one of the many teams who dialed the Brooklyn Nets front office after free agency started, when the news of Kevin Durant requesting a trade did come out. And according to a source, the Chicago Bulls were included in that line of phone calls, despite Kevin Durant reportedly putting Miami and Phoenix on top of his destinations. Let me first off just say, I can't believe that. I mean, Kevin Durant has talked very highly about the Bulls organization for the past few years now. He has talked about really highly about Coby White, obviously DeMar. You know, him and Zach LaVine are pretty good friends. They did play for Team USA just about a year ago, and there was some pictures that came out a few weeks back about how Kevin Durant was working out with Dalen, the Bulls' first overall draft pick. I'm really surprised that he did not list the Bulls as one of his top teams, but either way, Joe Cowley did continue, and he said while the reality of the situation was that the Bulls simply don't have the profile of players or draft picks the Brooklyn Nets were looking for in a return package, it was more about the organization doing its due diligence. So obviously it does seem very unlikely Kevin Durant does get traded to the Bulls, but you never know in the NBA, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about this whole situation. So let me know, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, Facebook, and just Bulls fans everywhere like 50-50 split on this situation, saying how the like the Bulls shouldn't honestly trade for KD. You know, obviously KD has kind of been jumping from obviously OKC, Golden State, now Brooklyn now, and there has been a lot of drama involved. But like I've said, Kevin Durant, he's a generational talent. And I also saw it's going to be very unlikely for KD to get traded to the Heat and Phoenix. I saw Brooklyn was pretty much asking for like Jimmy or Bam back, and I saw they were asking for Devin Booker back, and I saw KD doesn't want to get traded to any of those teams if those guys do get traded, which obviously that's very unlikely. To get a player like Kevin Durant, you have to give up something. Now, like I did say, the Bulls are now one of the favorites to land Kevin Durant. I still believe it's highly unlikely. I mean, a potential trade would have to be a lot. It would probably have to be either DeMar or Vooch, and then probably Patrick Williams, Coby White, and a bunch of draft picks, maybe even Dalen Terry as well. I don't know. It would have to be a lot. Let me know below today's video if you guys would trade, I'd say, pretty much half this roster and a lot of our young pieces for Kevin Durant. Now, like I've said this whole video, it was kind of just fun to talk about this whole situation. You know, it does seem very unlikely that the Bulls are going to land him, but the Bulls can still benefit from a Kevin Durant trade even without landing him. Huge shout out to NBC Sports Chicago. They did put out an article talking about this whole situation, and they even said, let's be honest, the Chicago Bulls trading for KD is an extreme long shot. Obviously, the Bulls have traded their 23, 24, 25, and 26 pretty much picks, or they can't trade them due to the trades for Vooch and DeMar DeRozan, and this team is also lacking any under 30 stars or really some young talents to build a package around. Obviously, Zach LaVine cannot get traded. He just re-signed. Patrick Williams is mainly our biggest trade asset, I'd say. So let's just say Kevin Durant does get traded to the Suns. I still did see they're like the main favorite, even though it's going to be very hard to get a trade done. You know, obviously this does help the Bulls' chances of continuing to contend in the East with KD out of the East. But to just keep it short and simple, I'm just very shocked Kevin Durant did not list the Bulls as one of his trade requested teams. He's talked very highly about us for years now. I'm just really surprised. If the Bulls obviously could ever get involved in a Kevin Durant trade, I feel like they would have to do it, even if it would maybe even have to be DeMar and Vooch. I mean, I truly believe Kevin Durant and Zach LaVine could win a championship. I mean, the Chicago Bulls do have a very good roster right now. I still do believe they could be very good in the East. I mean, look at how they did start last NBA offseason, even though obviously after that their schedule did get much harder and a bunch of injuries did happen. But no matter what, I do not expect the Kevin Durant trade. I just wanted to talk about this whole situation because the Bulls are one of the favorites to land him currently, and I am going to be out of town this weekend. Hopefully the Bulls players and Dalen Terry are playing really well in Summer League. Either way, thank you guys for all the love on the channel and everything like that. I'll definitely have a video out when I get back from vacation. Thank you guys for always supporting me. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.